Look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
Hello viewers and subscribers. Special thanks for tuning into my video. As you have noticed, it's been a couple of months since I last posted my last video. In addition to that, you would also notice that I'm using my real voice rather than the AI voice that I normally use in my previous videos. Alright, but this video is not going to be long. Think of it as an introduction video to my return and what we're going to talk about primarily going for the most part going forward. All right. So this is a software that I created, a robot. The Forex terminology is called Expert Advisor. For those that don't know what an Expert Advisor is, it's a software that traders use to open, close, and manage trades on their behalf. Now, this right here is the main reason why I haven't been posting much. That and some other smaller things. But, uh, anyways, but believe me when I say this, that this piece of software right here is what every Forex trader dream of.
What do you mean by that?
I am saying this with no exaggeration or lies. But this thing literally is a money making machine. This software makes money right around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, that's because it trades the synthetic indices from Deriv. If you don't know what synthetic indices are, they are simulated markets that move similar to forex pairs but are unaffected by outside forces such as news, politics, disasters, and other worldly events. All right. The markets are open 24/7, and best of all, most of them pay more than the average forex pair.
Say that again?
I said most, not all. All right. In addition to that, they are only accessible by the forex broker Deriv. But I am not going to go too deep on this topic. If you want more information on synthetic indices, the forex broker, I'm going to leave a link in the description of the video that will lead you to other videos that are explains more about derivative and synthetic indices, and also a link that will take you to the broker's website. But for right now, what I want to focus on are what we are going to be, or better yet, what we are going to be discussing going forward with this wonderful piece of software, which I call V75 Pro. The reason why I call it that is because in the beginning, I initially created this software to trade volatility 75, hence where it got its name. However, after doing a few modifications and adding some extra fillers and settings, the software evolved into a fully automated money printing machine that it is today. No joke. To be honest, if I'm being completely honest with you, the main reason why I was absent from YouTube is because I was busy working on this software, going back and forth, testing, uh, going back to the drawing board, coming up with new ideas, implementing those ideas into the robot, then going back at testing And even while testing, I have to be observing and taking notes, and of course I have to rinse and repeat the process until I've completely perfected the software. And believe me when I say it was worth it, because when I tell you this thing works, this thing is literally something out of a fantasy dream. And another thing that caused me to take so much time into creating this thing is the fact that I am not a coder. I have no experience in computer language or writing codes or any of that. Literally none. The most I had were just the website that I created the robot on, called eabuilder.com, my perseverance, my drive, my ambition, and that was it. Which makes it all the more unbelievable, because I've seen robots being advertised all over social media that trade synthetic indices and even regular forex pairs, but none with results comparable to this. And I'm not just trying to toot my own horn, so to speak, but literally, like, you can see for yourself, because the results are showing throughout this video. But the results you see in this video are from testing the software on multiple demo accounts. Yes, I do have it on a small live account. So the results are not, let me not say the results, but the figures are not as impressive as this, because as I said, it's a small live account, while the demo account has over $10,000, so big difference. So anyways, if you know Deriv, you know that they give you like 3 different accounts that you can trade synthetic indices with, and each having its own benefit. The first one is the standard account. With this account, you are able to trade all available assets, whether it be stocks, synthetic indices, gold, forex pair, you name it. With the standard account, you can trade all of those with reasonable spreads. Then the second account is called the swap free account, which offers no swap charges but with larger spreads. And lastly, you have the zero spread account, which offers no spreads but charges a commission for each trade. So anyways, I was testing the software to see how it performed in different trading conditions, and to my surprise, it did well regardless of the account. But of course, the standard account is the one with the best results. So that's practically makes it the best option, because its spreads are not too wide and you don't pay commissions for each trade, so you save more money, and because you have a wider variety of assets to trade from. In other words, some assets that you can trade on the standard account, you may not be able to trade them on the swap free or the zero spread account. In addition to that though, I've created 2 versions of the software in order to mitigate the risk involved using the software. Because as you know, forex trading is all about risk and risk management. So yeah, that was a big factor. But anyways, so we're going to talk about each a little bit, but in the future videos we will talk more about them individually, because as I said before, this video is more of an introduction to the software. All right. The so the first version is the fixed lot version. As the name implies, this version does not change lot size regardless of the account balance. However, as the account grows, you do get to trade more assets. This is because each trading asset has a minimum required balance in order for the software to trade it. And again, we're going to get more into this later on. So moving on, the second version, as you would suspect, would be the auto lot version. This changes the lot size as your account balance grows. If you're familiar with using expert advisors, then you would be more familiar with these settings. And I know it might not make sense to you now as to why I created two versions instead of one, but I promise you, when I explain each in further detail, you will understand. So for right now, I can only ask you to please hit that like button and the subscribe button, of course, so you can know when I post more videos about the robot, the performance and results of the robot, my intentions with the software, and of course how and when it will become available for you to access in the near future. All right, so until then, keep trading.